Hey everybody, this is Nick Hodge, your faithful editor of Foundational Profits, and I wanted to tell you that the December issue is out. It's the last issue of the year, a year that saw an ongoing bear market and an emerging recession. And despite that, the Foundational Profits portfolio and those who follow it, the thousands of investors who follow it, have had a great year. The closed portfolio is up over 30%. So there are places to make money. There are ways to be defensive and preserve your capital, despite of and in spite of all the things that are going on in the world and the stock market. This issue has a lot of actionable advice. So let's start there. There's three brand new reports. There's one about a lithium stock that's the most recent company to get federal approval to build a lithium mine, and is being courted by many industrial miners and automakers as there's an ongoing lithium shortage and prices remain near a record. There's a report about a rare earths company, one of the only producing rare earths companies in the U.S., and why that company is poised to benefit from the ongoing electrification, especially as it relates to supplying rare earths that are non-Chinese, right? That market is dominated some 80 or 90% by the Chinese, who refine all of the rare earth metals that we use. And we know from the Russian situation this year that securing your supply chain of critical elements is important. And that's why prices for many metals are rising. And then there's a new report about an electric vehicle transmission stock. So this is a parts manufacturer that is embedded with many of the largest auto, truck, and van makers, even bus makers in the country, providing them parts, not just for traditional gas and diesel vehicles, but increasingly for electric axles and components for next generation vehicles. Not only is there three new reports, there are three new recommendations, one in the cannabis space, one in the uranium space, and one in the healthcare space. So we're really picking our spots here. There are places that are bullish, and there's a way to conservatively profit, like I say, in spite of what's going on in the broader bear market. And make no mistake, we are still in a bear market. So we go through some horrible economic data. We talk about S&P earnings, why they remain positive in Q3 and why they'll likely go negative for Q4. That has to do with falling oil prices. And it relates to how energy really drove S&P earnings in the third quarter, but they won't have that crutch to lean on as oil prices are now softening. And we talk about why there's a couple more quarters of bear market left. We talk about why people are paying too much attention to Fed interest rate rises and not enough to the Fed tightening liquidity, ending that quantitative easing that we've known all too well for a decade, taking that punch bowl away. And why quantitative tightening could be a real harbinger of continued downside risk ahead in the broader markets. We talk about volatility. We talk about how global markets are having a rough go of it. And then we spend a little bit of time on the precious metals, which are really getting bullish now. You've got a yield curve that remains inverted, but the longer end of the curve is getting softer, meaning that 10-year bond yields aren't going up as fast, and that's allowed silver and gold to break out to the upside. We have ways to capitalize on that. And then I have some year-end ramblings for you as we head into the end of 2022. I look forward to 2023 and how we're going to position and continue profiting no matter what the market throws at us. So plenty to go through in the December issue of Foundational Profits. I do hope you'll check it out. You'll get those three new reports, plus other reports that I have available for that service, including my personal allocations. This publication is about what I'm personally buying and selling with my long-term safe capital. So I hope you'll check it out by filling out the form below. Have a great holiday and a great end to the year. And let's look forward to profiting in 2023.